Yo, Philly 254 living life. Back at it. So, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves beta has, well, I don't think it's concluded because I was actually playing a couple of games this morning, so I don't know. But it was over the weekend, and so I got to play, but I didn't get to play as much as I wanted to. And there's a few reasons on that. It's not because I didn't want to play or anything. It's just there was some stuff going on with the game that it just made it more difficult, and I kind of didn't really feel like trying to fight through that too much. But when I did play, there were some good parts and bad parts. A lot of stuff I'm not gonna harp too hard on because a lot of things will just I figure will get kind of fixed or repaired or straightened out by the full release. But there are some things that I'm kind of concerned with because they were also some issues that the last game that they had, King of Fighters, I couldn't think of the name. King of Fighters actually had some issues too. And that's the online. The online was rough. Like, it wasn't really that it was rough. It's like when you're actually playing games, it's rough, but trying to get to a game can be rough. But we'll get into that. We'll start from the very beginning. So, for those who don't know, I played on Steam Deck, and that was the first challenge because the default Proton version on Steam Deck didn't work for me. Matter of fact, the only version of Proton that I could find that would work is 7.0-6. And even then, although the game finally played and, actually started I got to play online and everything, the issue was there was some graphical issues, defects going on. I don't know, it was weird. Like, you can kind of see in the gameplay here, like, look up like towards the top left, where it shows shows our icons. It's like it gets weird, like it's super fuzzy and pixelated, then it kind of clears up and it would go backwards and forwards on that. I didn't show the actual, I guess, face off screen whenever your characters face each other, but that was really weird looking. So there were some Proton 7.0-6 got it running, but there was still some graphical defects, definitely. So I'm hoping by the time the full release comes out, it's fully compatible with the current version of Proton. I also had an issue with it repeatedly not wanting to run in full. Like, I had to force it to run in full. I had to go to properties and put the dash full tag on there in order for it to even run full screen, because it kept trying to run not mirrored, but windowed, and it was like everything was super small and it was just annoying. So that was kind of a problem. So again, I'm hoping this gets kind of resolved by then. But the game definitely works on Steam Deck, but it just not as smooth as you would want it to. So just I feel like this can get definitely resolved if they put a little more effort into it. Some other issues is now this ain't got nothing to do with the Steam Deck. This is just the game itself. It's just like the menus were kind of weird and kind of confusing the way they kind of operated. It was weird, like the menu placement, not the menu placement, but the option placements in the menus. And then when you go into ranked, especially when you go into ranked, it's like a lot going on. It's like that's real busy. It's a lot of information there in your face. So I'm hoping they kind of condense that down and make it a little bit more friendly on the eyes, because it looks a little rough. The other thing is, now this is more of a personal preference, so this may bother some people, some it may not. The character selection. So from what I can tell, it kind of goes on a system. It kind of reminds me of Street Fighter V in some ways, where you choose your character from the very beginning, like from the menu option, from the main menu, and then after that, every option you go into from there, that character you chose is who the game runs with. You don't choose your character for each game mode, that kind of thing. So that was I don't really like that as much. I like to kind of choose my character at the game. I don't know, that's more of a preference thing. So that's just me. That's a me thing. That's not like any kind of knock on the game. The gameplay is actually pretty dang fun, though. The gameplay is actually pretty dang fun. Like, yes, it can take a while to get into a game. It's kind of inconsistent with what it is, because at one time, my very first game I wanted to get into, I was in there within maybe about a minute. That wasn't too bad, I guess, because, considering it's a beta, whatever. And then after I played that game, and I immediately jumped right back in for another, to try to find another game. This is when I was playing ranked, trying to find another game, and I sat there, I no lie, like 5-6 minutes and nothing. So I finally got frustrated. So I just basically closed out the game, or closed out a rank, and then went back in the rank and tried again, same thing. I didn't wait the full 5-6 minutes. I just waited maybe 2 or 3, and then I could just close out the entire game itself, and then went back into the game and found a match super fast. So I don't know. It's kind of inconsistent. It's kind of weird. Once you get into it, it plays pretty smooth. Depending on how far they are from you. when I was playing over the weekend, I think I was playing a bunch of mainly some local people. When I say local, like in the United States or whatever, but there were especially this morning when I played. The 2 times I played this morning, or a couple times I played this morning, it was they were from Asia, so I did notice some lag, some latency when I was playing, like during actual gameplay. But I mean, we were pretty far from each other, so I'm not gonna hate on that too hard. So hopefully though they do get the online kind of really tightened down, but especially that I guess the game, not game finding, but the opponent finding function, because that was the same issue King of Fighters had, and that right there is why I really didn't play King of Fighters. Bought it and everything, and I was like, man, I'm tired of waiting 20 minutes for a game. So that kind of killed me on King of Fighters. So I'm hoping they do get that fixed by the time the game actually does come out, and because it will definitely be fun. Now, gameplay wise, actually playing, once you're in, you're in. Like, now I know a lot of people are mad because there was no practice mode, but there was a tutorial mode. So what I just did, I just went to tutorial mode, and instead of just going through it and playing through it all the way, I just kind of just treated it like practice mode and just kind of did stuff. So it's not actual practice mode, but at least that way I can kind of figure out what was going on. That's kind of, and it was in that practice mode or tutorial mode, so when I realized that you can't choose your character before going directly into it. You got to choose it at the very beginning, because I was like, why they keep trying to make me play as Rock? How do I change characters? So took me a few seconds, but I figured that out. No big deal. I'm hoping this is more of a preference thing. They do allow you to just choose your character, man, before you go into this stuff. But who knows? You know, some people may prefer that method, so I'm not gonna hate on that too hard. The actual gameplay, playing online, that was fun. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty dang fun. I enjoyed it. I'm not too well versed on the Fatal Fury series, so I was playing as, I think his name is Kain. Dude on the left with the all white on, all white and blue on. I was playing as him. Now this is not gonna be expert game breaking. Oh man, these is gonna be the next kind of plays I want to use when I play. No man, I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't too raised on SNK series such as Fatal Fury or King of Fighters or anything. I really didn't play those as much when growing up. I played more Street Fighter, growing up. So I did play him a little bit, dabbled into him, but I didn't play him enough to really get this combo systems down and exactly how things work with him and all that kind of thing. So I just kind of came into this and just was doing what I could do. See, I'm just doing my best. I wasn't mashing, but I was struggling. But it was pretty fun though. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. Hopefully, if they kind of clean up the way it currently working, optimize a lot of the systems and the menus and a lot of that kind of stuff, it will be pretty fun. The game comes out in April, I think. I don't know if they're gonna have enough time for all that. I think they said they're gonna do another beta to kind of address some of the issues, and I guess by the second beta, if they do it, we see a lot of these issues kind of addressed, and we're like, okay, cool. The game itself, actual gameplay, it's fun. It's just everything around it needs to be kind of tightened up. That's all it is. Just needs to be tightened up a little bit. Again, it's beta, so I get it. They got time to kind of try to tighten some things up. Not a lot of time, but they got some time to try to tighten some things up on the game. So unless they're gonna push it back a little bit, which could be a thing, who knows? I mean, I wouldn't hate that. If you need a little more time to kind of tighten up, then take it. But I'm hoping. Oh, one other thing I did forget. I didn't get to really test it myself, but I kind of just saw some other sentiments about it. Finding friends online to play against people is rough. I think creating rooms is one thing, but like finding friends, because they do friend codes, the whole system is stupid and over convoluted. Instead of just saying, hey, why can't I just find this dude by his gamer tag that we created when we first get into the game? It'd be simple, right? So I don't know why they did not include that, but it made it more complicated than it has to be. It feels like doing it the way they're doing it now would be more difficult for them than just letting us find our friends using not friend codes, but using the friend tag that we created at the very beginning of the game or whatever. So, and I think that even creating rooms, it kind of goes by codes or something. So that I'm not 100% on how they got it worked out, because again, I didn't use it as much, but I did see a lot of sentiments saying it was really complicated, overly complicated for no real good reason. So hopefully, again, they get that kind of figured out and fixed, and once they do, the game will be definitely worth the play. It's just, getting past all this random stuff, Overall, for an open beta, just letting you play online, it's kind of like a 50-50 for me. It took too long to actually get online, and then, oh yeah, this game right here, I'm looking at it right now. That game sucked. Like, I hated this game. It's like it was all kind of laggy. But anyway, once you get inside the game and it's not laggy like this one is, it can be fun. It's definitely fun. It's just getting into the game was a problem, because finding people online in ranked matches when there are people who are actively online trying to play, we just can't connect to each other. That's the problem. Fix that, and you're already on step one of this game being really, really good. You know, you can't defeat. Right now, finding people online is kind of half the purpose for playing the game. So regardless, if you like more Steam Deck news, walkthroughs, gameplay, lives, like and subscribe. Cruise through the playlist. And I'm out.